Hello everyone and welcome back to Writersmelon. My name is Sonali and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how to read more. As readers, we want to consume every book that we lay eyes on. We have never-ending TBRs, new books keep coming out every day, and in this huge chaos, all we want to do is to be able to gobble up all of the books that we have as well as those that are coming out. So I have 11 tips for you today in which I will talk to you about how to read more, how to consume more stories. But before you jump to conclusions about how this is going to go, please watch the entire video because there's going to be some really important, really interesting steps and things that you can do in order to consume more stories while being kind to yourself. If you've been following me on social media over at the Melodramatic Bookworm, everywhere on social media, you will know that I have had a tough reading year this year and I have implemented a couple of these steps and I'm getting my reading mojo back. So I can actually tell from personal experience that these tips help. So without any further ado, let's dive right into this video and let me share with you my 11 tips on how to read more. The first and most important tip that I have for you is do not force it. I know this goes completely against the how to read more thing, but if you force your reading, then it's going to become a chore. And we want reading to be something that we love, that we enjoy. So if you're going to force it, the whole purpose is defeated. Whatever you do, if you're not feeling it, don't force it. Take a small break or however much your mind tells you to. Second, have a reading goal every day. It could be that you get about 10 minutes of free time or 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Depending on that, have a reading goal that you are going to read these many number of pages. But whatever you do not make it unrealistic. You know what your routine is and you know how much time you can spare. So just have that goal. Once you get into that routine of reading 25 pages a day, you will slowly want to increase it. Your mind will tell you that okay, now I'm done with today's goal. I want to know what happens next in the story. So that curiosity will come up. But like I mentioned before, make sure that your goals are realistic because you want goals that will help you read more, not those that will pressurize you into turning reading into some sort of a chore. Tip number 3. Try new genres but DNF ruthlessly. Usually you get to know in the first 50 to 100 pages whether you're going to like the book or not. So if you have a feeling that no, I'm not enjoying this book is not working for me, then DNF it, put it aside. Because sometimes when you're plowing through books that aren't working for you, they'll just put you in a reading slump and you can't seem to read more. And if you find that a particular genre of books is not working for you, then put a toe or 10 out of your comfort zone. Try a new genre and maybe if that is not working, you can always DNF. Number 4, listen to audiobooks. I know that audiobooks are not everybody's cup of tea or coffee or soda, but audiobooks are a great way to read more, to listen to more stories, to consume more stories. You could be doing the most random, the most mundane of chores and which do not need your concentration, and you can pop in an audiobook, give your concentration to the audiobook instead and automatically continue doing your chores. That way your chores will become more enjoyable, you are consuming more stories, you are reading more. And if you think that you cannot get through audiobooks without help, then what you can do is you can start off listening to audiobooks by reading the physical copy or by reading the written word along with the narrator narrating the story in your ear. Number 5, always have a book handy. It doesn't matter if it's an audiobook app on your phone, an ebook app on your phone, a Kindle, a Kobo, or a physical copy in your bag or in your hand. Just have it. That way you have something to turn to if nothing else is working out. Which brings me to the next point, which is to read in small pockets of time. If you have a book handy with you at all times, then even if you get like 10 minutes of time, you can pull out the book and start reading it. Usually when we have to wait for 10 to 15 minutes, they seem to stretch into hours together, because when you're not doing something, time seems to stretch, expand and stretch and everything. But when you have a book, use those 10 minutes to read the book and they'll be over like this, and you will be actually reading. So it's a win-win situation really. Number 7, cut down on things that you think are not that important when compared to your passion for reading, and then assign that time to reading. Like, this differs from person to person. Not everybody thinks the same thing is important to them. For some it could be watching TV, for some it could be playing games, and for some others it could be just scrolling through social media. If you think that's you're spending way too much time on something, then just carve some time out from that particular activity and assign it to reading. Just take out maybe 15 minutes to start with, and start reading in that pocket of time, and this will help you read more. Point number 8, and this is something that I think is very important, and I also can tell from personal experience that this works. Put your gadgets away when you want to read, when you want to create a pocket of time to read. Your phones, your laptops, your tablets, unless you're reading on a Kindle, of course. You can't put a Kindle away if you're reading on your Kindle, but just put them away, put them across the room, or put them in another room. Basically just create an atmosphere in which you can read without being distracted for a certain amount of time. Number 9, participate in book clubs or reading challenges or buddy reads. This is a great way to get some motivation to read, because sometimes all you need is a friend to help you along. For example, if we want to become healthy, if there's someone by our side who is also doing the same thing, that gives us more motivation to implement the things that will make our lives healthier. So this is also like that. Buddy reads and book clubs will help you dissect your reads better. They will help you think incisively towards your book, which will in turn make you want to read more, make you want to concentrate more on reading your book. Reading challenges, on the other hand, will help you read more diversely while being specific, because some of the prompts that some reading challenges come up with you'll never think of, and you can actually pick books that you probably would never read, but you will pick up and you will read, and you will get through more books because of this. For example, there's a reading woman challenge, or there used to be the tome topple challenge, or my own drama queenathon that I used to host. These are great ways to actually invest your time into reading and help you pick those books that you weren't picking up, and to help you read more. Point number 10, read before bed. Before you go to sleep, put your phone aside and read, because that is when you'll get some unhindered time to actually concentrate on the book that you are reading, and you will be able to take whatever the book is saying in better, and you'll probably be able to get more reading done. Of course, don't start a book right before bed, but just get some reading done, however much it is, be it 10 pages, 20 pages, 50 pages, however much it is, get some reading done. Slowly and surely, if you come to a point where you are very invested in the story, then the next day, that will be your goal. The last tip that I have for you today is take a break. I'm circling back to point 1 over here, but if you are not able to read, if you are not able to get into that mood, then don't sweat it. If you fall into a reading slump, it can make you averse to reading, and it can make you not like or even dislike the book that you are currently reading, and we don't want that. We want to enjoy all the books that we are reading, and if we are in that slump, if we are in that frame of mind, then we are not helping ourselves. Take a break from reading, and even take a break from trying to read. Do something else that you love. You can get back to this in time. Reading is not going anywhere. Books are not going anywhere. They are not going to judge you for not reading. They are always going to be there, and they'll always be there to hold your hand whenever you're ready. So those were the tips that I had for you today on how to read more. Which of these tips do you follow? Which other tips do you have in order to read more, to consume more stories? What is your favorite tip of all time to read more? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it and hit that subscribe button because we have some amazing content coming up for you. And also don't forget to hit that bell icon in order to not miss and to get notified whenever a new video of us comes up. We'll see you in the next video. Until next time, bye bye and keep reading.